Alright, now before we get into the insurgency movement phase, I'm going to point out these little white dots I got on the board here. You can see I got them underneath certain spots, and that indicates that I've already captured those spots, and those spots only get victory points when they're first captured, so there's no use in me going back for the orange spot, because that's important. That only gets points for me first time I've captured it. Now, this supply source over here at Rama that we got drove out of earlier, that would have got me some victory points if I would have held on to it till turn 12. But you can see pretty well put a mega force down there to clean me on out. I still got a stronghold down here at Bluefields. During my repair phase, that'll go down to 2. I think the 3 turns it's left to repair that airfield will be the end of the game. So I'm repairing it, but as soon as it gets repaired, I think it's going to be the last turn of the game. What else we got going on? That is it. I'm getting ready to move my insurgency units, and it is so nice out. Well, unfortunate for me, I'm always I'm old school. I like to watch the Christmas Story and all those other good old fashioned TV shows or movies where it actually snows on Christmas. So, my all time, everybody's got their traditional holiday show. For some reason, my sister and her family like Christmas Vacation. Oh, that is the worst. I cannot stand that. As a matter of fact, we'll leave early just in case they got that thing on because But anyway, my personal one is the Waltons' Homecoming. That's what I like. So I'm always felt like Christmas should be something like that. Unfortunately, it was 60, 70 degrees and raining out. But I think we're supposed to get some snow maybe next week. But holidays just about be over. But I'll take snow whenever I can. I like a good snow. So. And like I said, I know everybody else don't like it. I'm kind of selfish because I don't have to go out in it. I'm done for the year. All right, we come back. We're going to play some more of this Central America, the Contra Drive scenario. And we're moving some insurgency units, figuring out some strategies. I'll be back. All right, for my turn 8 insurgency movement phase, and there ain't much going on, but the little bit that does go on is important in this game. Insurgency units turned sideways are the ones that moved. I do have an insurgency unit here, an air group number 1, corresponding air group at number 1, and we have a C-130. I'm going to load him onto there, and he's going to scoot on over during my upcoming air mission phase to air group 2, unload, and he'll be closer to my other objectives back here in the flats on the East Coast. All right, you can also see the other unit that was in that same spot used his full insurgency movement allowance, and they can scoot no matter what the terrain. He's moved his full 4 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, heading to the same areas. I want to start getting somebody back there. Also, this insurgency unit was here. I scooted him his full movement allowance 1, 2, or 2. I stopped him here 3. I didn't want to get close to this unit yet, but he's mostly going to be used to place insurgency units. Now, when you have an insurgency unit, place insurgency units, then you can only do it in the hex they're in or an adjacent hex. Regular units in the hex they're in, adjacent hexes are 2 hexes away. So these boys have a better capacity to gather the locals for the cause. There you go. Move this little boy up, I think, out of the airport into this area here. Like I said, I got 4 insurgency units that I can place coming on up. So that'll be or rather upcoming, not proceeding. I guess proceeding and upcoming is the same thing. Let me see here. I'm just looking over the board real quick. Oh, here's another thing. I could really get the old boy here out of the, could use him, get him out of that little situation he's in, but his entrenchment, his good old points, this here, supply source, big time points for the Sandinistas if they capture that area. It looks like they're moving east, but till he gets out of range to where I feel safe to move him out, I will. Right now he can come back and grab that spot. I'm not leaving a spot on garrison for easy victory points. That's all, that's what it comes down to. So when these guys get a little bit further, if they're still going to start moving this way, I'd say maybe these units here get out about right here. I'll move them out. By then, we're looking at also the end towards the game. So that's something else to think about, is we're going through the end stages, and so far it's looking like a total Contra victory to me, but we'll find out. He needs at least. Here is his victory point schedule, right here. So he'll get 18 victory points. He has 7 or fewer allied insurgency units. So these are all dependent on insurgency units. It says here. It doesn't say anything about regular units, so I'm going to have to check that out. But right now, he's looking at 5 victory points, maybe, because I guarantee I got 9 to 14. And then FDN, ARD, and CIA trench destroyed. He hasn't done anything like that. He hasn't done anything. Hold on a second for a quick cough break. All right, we're at the insurgency placement phase. And that is where I take my pool of eliminated and disbanded insurgency units and bring them back on full strength. And here you go. This is my pool of units that have been eliminated to combat or disbandment. And it might be a point in the game or a rule in the game that my opponent kind of pointed out to me. We exchange emails on the vassal log. If you ever look at the vassal log, they have most of it has to do with typing chat, but yeah, it might be an insurmountable obstacle to get over the Contra's insurgency command points. And that's gone down. I think I started with like 50 or something like that. But yeah, when that pool goes down, and I only have 3 turns left. Well, I can't create any more insurgency units, so you can see pretty much there's an infinite resource there. I don't know if it's to the point where he needs to get all his units ready, because we're within 3 turns, and it's not like he's weak. He outstrengths me in offensive strength points, combat factors. Like I said, my army is nothing but little ones. You can see here 0, 1. But no, it's kind of. I think that's where it balances it out. I don't really have a strong army, but my army can come and go real quick. It's a great game design with the insurgency force versus the regular unit force. But like I said, he's got engineers, he's got artillery, he's got 3 or 4 battalions of Hindy gunships I don't have. So he might be complaining about the structure of the game, but I mean, we got to eliminate units. Like I was getting ready to say, it's almost to the point where he almost needs to get close to my units here for one final push, because it does say over here, and I'm going to check out the rules, allied insurgency units. So he can eliminate all the regular units he wants. I don't think he gets credit for them, and it's there's a lot of them on the board. So it's getting down to it. In my last games, if you've watched my videos, this is my second opponent on these series of Central America scenarios. My first opponent would kind of always complain he was on a losing side, so I flipped him. We'd flip. I'd be the communist, he'd be the allies, back and forth. But yeah, I hate to say that, go back, but if you watch my videos, I was always wondering about his commitment. It seemed like he really wasn't trying. This guy here is a lot better. But still, yeah, he's up against it. And I guess it's a pretty good lead in victory points. I don't know if I would have did anything different. I think a big holdup was when I prevented his for 3 or 4 turns. I prevented any of his reinforcements coming in by projecting a sonar control into this little hex here. And out of all the whole map in this scenario, that's the only hex he can bring in his reinforcements. So it is what it is. But I was able to project a sonar control, which prohibits reinforcements appearing. He finally cleared me out, and this is where we're at. He's done a good job of pushing, but getting down, and he needs to get rid of Contras. All right, well, I'm going to place some units. I get to, and it's not a guarantee. I mean, it is. I do have a +1 die roll modifier because Nicaragua is considered a Contra's home country, so they get a little bit of that home field advantage, shall we say? But yeah, they're able to willingly gather. So I guess that's a big part of this game, is the opposition to the Sandinistas is ripe. There you go. We're having a great game, politically and militarily. We'll be back with some Contra placement. I'll have to find out where I want to put my units. I'm thinking, like I said, more in this backcountry. If we can hammer onto all these, turtle up for 2 or 3 more turns, then the scenario should be ours. The burden is on all these vast regular units. of the Sandinistas to start making these brown and white stripe units disappear. All right, that is take number 3. After a bunch of bloopers. Oh my goodness. What can we say? I should post the bloopers, but we're not going to. But anyway, back to the insurgency placement phase. And we have 5 units to place. We have come up with an idea that we are going to, and I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, use these units, these insurgency units that are step lost, that's a regular unit, to place a unit and then go ahead and disband this unit that's half strength. So we'll use them to gather local forces. Once the local forces are gathered, and I don't believe my opponent has any air units that can provide aerial counterinsurgency. All of his offensive air units have been used. These are all transports or electronic warfare units. So therefore I can freely organize insurgent units. The first thing we're going to do is organize an insurgent unit. He's going to organize or attempt to organize a unit in his own hex. He will organize with a +1 die roll modifier because Nicaragua is considered his home country. Need a high die roll in this game. Be right back. Right then, +1 is 7. That's more than enough, so it will cost us 1 insurgency command point. It'll place us an insurgency unit with this insurgency unit. All right, now they can only organize 1 unit per unit, so we're gonna have to get some more over here. This unit here that's half strength, this regular unit, he can attempt to place a unit in his hex and adjacent hex or up to 2 hexes away. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So he will attempt to form an insurgency unit right here. And we need some more high numbers on the V-log die roll. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. We get a +1. In this instance, you want mountainous jungle terrain to organize. You don't want to be organizing out in the clear. Unfortunately for me, I picked a clear spot. Clear spot with a 1, but the +1 modifier is a negative. So there will be no insurgency units on that one. So this unit here has used up its chance, so we won't be able to form any units from that unit there. We will attempt from this unit here 2 hexes away, but this time we'll be in a jungle, so it'll give us a little bit more modifier from the prying eyes. So we will be back hopefully with the high die roll this time. Alright, back with the 6s. +1 is 7. And jungle, mountain jungle, and it is definitely more than enough. You can see here on the table. So we will spend another insurgency command point. And this unit here will be organized right here. Right, we'll be organized using this unit here to organize them 2 hexes away. Regular unit capability to reorganize. Right, we still have 3 more. Oh, let me see. Now, it would be nice if a unit that's on the board can organize some units. I don't know why they couldn't. Alright, we got regular units right here in this air group. Let me see here just to make sure to show you. Yeah, we got 2 of them there. We will attempt. We don't want to attempt out in the open. You can see how much of a negative that was. That was a rookie mistake on my part. We will attempt in the, well, we got 3 more units left. I might want to do something else with them. Let me look at the map here real quick. Alright, we're going to pull back on that, and we're going to use these 3 full strength units to beef up our 3 little areas right here against a good attack. I mean, this here, come and get me. The only thing is, if he attacks here, we got rivers on both sides of us, and the rule in this game is when you attack one hex, you have to attack every hex that's adjacent that has enemy units. So we can definitely filter them off or siphon off their strengths with adjacent hexes. First one will be right here. That is a clear hex. That is not good. They're all clear hexes. Bad news on die rolls. Alright, well, we'll attempt the first one. Looking for a high number. Keep these high numbers going. And get a +1 die roll modifier. Be back with the die roll on the Vassal module. Got them killing us with a 6. We will say that will be the first insurgency unit. We got a regular unit now that can try. Looking for a high number. +1. 5 in the clear. We'll definitely do it, but it says we get costs us one. So extra logistics and effort. So I go down to 33 to 32, but we will get our unit, and we'll put him, we'll say that this regular unit here formed him in a unit that is adjacent. So we'll put him right here. The next one, we'll go for this hex here. It's a little bit on the weak side. The first unit to attempt will be the insurgency unit on top with a +1 die roll modifier. 3 equals a 4, and a 4 and a clear does not get it done. So that top unit fails its attempt. There's another regular unit there. He's going to attempt to organize, and his hexy is in with a 6 in the clear, so we don't have to pay an extra point. So there you go. There's another command point used, and this unit here will go right here. All right, now for our last one. Who needs it the most? Oops, sorry about this. Let me check this out, and we will be right back. We're going to beef up our little Air Group 5 spot. So we will attempt there. That is a jungle. Good terrain to organize. Nice little canopy. We'll be right back with the modified die roll, but not from the battle box. We'll be back. Mountain Jungle with a 2 +1 because it's their home country is a 3. You can see there it's a yes result with no additional cost. So insurgency command points go from 31 to 30 down a column. And more importantly, he can go in our little victory point hex at full strength. Adding his modifier, we have one that is put the weaker one on the bottom. This little boy here's got 2 defense strength, so gives us another defense factor. All right, that'll be it for the insurgency placement phase. Come back. FSLN counterinsurgency, which won't happen. First insurgency to spam it, which might happen. Let me look here. Yeah, maybe I won't. I got plenty of points. If he destroys them, I just get them back in my pool. Yep. And like I said, his strategy might be to get all these units right against my units and go just for a massive last turn attack and get as many of them destroyed as possible. There's turn 8, or rather turn 9, and we got 3 turns left. That'll be it for my insurgency placement phase. He has no units for aerial counterinsurgency. I don't believe I'm going to disband. Although it's always nice to have a pool of units, but I think I need all my strength points on the board. So next, when we come back, air mission phase. Find out what I do with my fixed wing and rotary bladed aircraft. Alright, I believe we're going to turtle on up. Now we do have a CIA Chinook that is in this hex here. He's turned right side up. He hasn't used any of his activations yet. So he'll stay in this hex in case it gets attacked in the upcoming next turn of the communist. And he'll provide what's called defensive combat support mission, which will add 2 attack vectors to this hex and a defensive column shift for the odds when it comes to the battle. This old boy's pretty good. He's going to need 10 plus to attack that. You know, to put them all either here, and these 2 hexes. We put them anywhere else that's attack adjacent hexes. So we're pretty stacked up. I don't think I'm going to have any attacks. Nothing offensive yet. What I will do is use my, if I have any, let me see. Oh, I only got 1. Yeah, I can't even do that. I need at least 3 bombardment factors to attack a unit to bomb them. And I only have 1. I've used the rest of my bombardment factors for aerial counterinsurgency. You needed 3 at least to hit a hex. So that's that. We might do some transportation. I do have plenty of transport C-130s in my various air groups. Let me see what happens there. I do have a bunch of UH-2 that can move units by helicopter, but I'm not moving anybody. I'm pretty well where I need to be right now. So yeah, they're just there in case of some last minutes. We're going to turtle up, put the burden on him, and when I come back, We'll see what kind of transport we want to do. Be right back. All right, here in Air Group 1, we're going to take the M3 FDN insurgency unit, and load him over here onto a civilian military assistance C-120? 123, I'm not even sure what that is. But anyway, it's got a 1 unit capability. So we will move him to the used. He will fly from Air Group 1 to Air Group 5. So we'll put him on the used spot of Air Group 5, signifying that he has transported this full strength unit to Air Group 5. Be right back. Alright, talking it over with my opponent, or not talking, emailing, and just verifying and clearing it up that on my next move, this unit here in Air Group 2, I'd like to transport also. I'll just see if I have available units, but I just wanted to make sure that he knew that if he attacks that air group, you can see that is all the way in Honduras. So any attack on Russ is a violation of the territory. We were saying earlier that some of them were right on the border. Well, no, that one. You cross the river, you're in Honduras. So I'm going to use my unit on a transport mission, and we're gonna ungarrison that. If he wants to come by and get these, which might be a little incentive for him to do something before the next 2 turns are over. This unit here will go from Air Group 2. We're over here in Air Group 2. Oh, I see plenty of transport capability. Yeah, there you go. We got an FDN C-47. We will transport from Air Group 2 also. I don't know if I can do that, though. He's already, I think, maximum on stacking. Air Group 3 isn't repaired yet. We're going to leave him, I guess, over there in Air Group 2. We won't do that then. I didn't know the other air group was maximum stacked, so let me put him in the available. Relook at this, and we'll be right back. Alright, then I think that'll be it for my air mission phase. Besides the transport of a unit to Air Group 5, pretty much uneventful. Like I said, I wanted to bring somebody else in, but I got 2 regular units there, kind of 2 stacking points apiece, and an insurgency unit, which is 5 stacking points maximum per hex. Alright, so we are going to move to the ground combat phase. But there will be no ground combat because I am not attacking anywhere. I do not see. Nope, we're on the defensive right now, waiting out these last few turns. We'll see how it goes. It will go to reserve movement. I have none in reserve. Second insurgency to spam it. I'm keeping all my units on the board. Helicopter transport. Nobody will be transported. Everybody's going to stay put. Return to base. I've got everybody in the bases that they need to be. Demolitions, no. Repair, yes. We'll come down here to this repair. And we will have to find this repair number 2. Oh, I don't have one anywhere handy. All right, we'll be right back. All right, an unbroken, fresh off the 80s sprue repair 2 marker. It's got to be trimmed up. Luckily, we do have our little trim scissors. We're not like our old Art Wolfs with the fancy $50 counter clipper. No, we do it the old-fashioned way. So we can get this thing trimmed up, and we'll be right back. All right, officially trimmed up repair 2 marker, and it's kind of neat to see, or not really neat, or interesting to see the difference between these old 80s counters and the ones we have today, how they go all out. I made a comment in my previous video. I was talking about that new War and Peace game we got, and how the old one from Avalon Hill I had. You talk about basic. Half these counters you can't see, and it's because the writing's so small on these things. I mean, I don't need glasses that bad yet, but I do wear them when I can, and it definitely helps. Looking through this screen helps a lot though too. But yeah, the counters have definitely evolved since the basic, I guess, low budget games that first came out. Now that everything is, a lot more exorbitant. That new War and Peace version that came out, I don't know if that was by Compass Games. Oh, I can't. The name of the game company, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think about it. But it's their new version of the old Avalon Hill game, and that's a perfect example. I'd like to grab one of my old counters from the old War and Peace game and put it up against the new one. So, Yeah, counters have come a long way. And we're kind of basic on this one, that's for sure, as you can see with my old air mission counter. Wow. All right, well, that'll be it for the repair phase. No more reinforcements. We're at the turn stage. When we come back, it will be the communist player's turn 10. He's got this turn and 2 more to eliminate some units. We will come back and roll for the weather. Have to straighten everything out, get all these units back in their spots, but it was a quick Contra turn. We are camping out, turtling up on an offensive and trying to hold on to some spots for the next 3 turns. We'll be right back. All right, then, getting ready to call it a video, and when we come back, it'll be the Sandinista turn. We are braced up and ready for his attacks. All my good key victory point hexes I'm pretty beefed up on. Grab me a little bit of extras up here. I think he can get them. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty well built up. He needs some high numbers, and he's got them. But can he get them all within a certain amount of hexes? Enough within stacking limits to break these eggs. These eggs aren't that strong, and he's got the numbers. The only thing is, I took good cover behind rivers, and there is a soak-off factor. We have to attack every adjacent hex. So we'll see what we can do about that with his combined artillery, engineers, Huey gun, or not Huey gunships, Hind D gunships, and his air units. Meanwhile, I'm making a break for some more victory points. I get victory points for hexes with the blocks. He gets victory points for no Contras in Nicaragua. Calling a video. Happy holidays, everybody, and game on.